Good morning, everyone. And as you've been seeing from the news, how ESCOM has maimed South Africa's entire economy. And here we are going to discuss how they've actually done that. Right. It isn't difficult to find the main culprits behind South Africa's biggest economic contraction in a decade, and that is ESCOM. Gross domestic product slumped an annualized 3.2% in the first quarter, after expanding 1.4% in the prior three quarters. A series of power cuts courtesy of ESCOM hammered manufacturing, mining, and agricultural output. The utility provides about 95% of the country's electricity. ESCOM has a grip on the South African economy that is unlikely to be seen anywhere in the world, says Kevin Links, chief economist in Standard Assets Management in Johannesburg, said by phone. ESCOM powers all tiers of the economy, right down to the household. So, when it cannot supply electricity to all sectors suffer. It is unlikely to change because there is currently no well-articulated plan to cure its problems. ESCOM, which is buckling under the weight of more than 30 billion rand in debt, staged days of rolling blackouts in December and in March to prevent the collapse of the national grid, as its fleet of poorly maintained power plants struggle to keep up with demand. The outlook looks more promising for the second quarter. The power cuts have abated. The authorities have given assurance that there will be sufficient supply for the winter. Even so, the economy's shock performance, which far exceeded the 1.6 million contraction forecast of 16 economists, illustrates the urgency of the need for government to diversify the power supply. The International Monetary Fund said ESCOM was a major downside risk to the South African economy. A program to purchase green energy from independent producers is in limbo, and little visible progress has been made in implementing President Cyril Ramaphosa's plan to split ESCOM into generation, distribution, and transmission units. The proposal, designed to make it easier for other producers to supply the grid, is opposed by labor unions, as you guessed. Those people are against everything that is progressive. Okay. The bleak prospects of a speedy resolution to South Africa's energy crisis are reflected in the GDP forecast for the rest of the year. The central bank anticipates an expansion of just 1% in 2019. The government 1.5%, and Bloomberg Economics less than 1%. That's well below the 3% Ramaphosa was targeting before he took power in February last year, and is a huge obstacle away from his drive to attract $100 billion worth of investment and tackle a 27.6% unemployment rate in South Africa. Ramaphosa signing off. YZN.